Oh, you're not Italian? Okay. He's not half Italian. He's Scottish, Irish, whatever. I thought Grizz had a little Italian in him. I guess maybe not. But the point is this. If you're a red-blooded Italian like I am, what the hell do you want to be Irish for? I'm just saying, love you to Irish folks. Love you to the Irish folks. But if you're like a black dude, what are you doing? You're running around, kiss me, I'm Irish? I mean, really? Which is now like sexual harassment? Remember that when everybody used to wear those buttons? Kiss me, I'm Irish. Now that's sexual harassment. You end up in jail if you do that. Anyway, happy St. Patty's Day. So now you can mix in those long lunches, those long St. Patty Day lunches with the hoop. You're going to go over to Baumhauer's, and you're just going to hang out there the whole day. I know what you're going to do. You're going to go to Baumhauer's. You're just going to hang out there all day long. You'll be there when the drive shows up there tonight, and you're just going to hang out and watch a hoop. And I don't blame you. And by the way, we have a triple header of spring training games on the MLB network today as well. So spring training begins. Grizz is wearing a Braves hoodie. I'm wearing a Yankee hat. You know where our minds are. And top of all of that, for me, it's day one of the Bassmaster Elite at Santee Cooper. So now I've got that on in the studio. There you go. Those of you that are watching the show on the video feed, you can see that up there, I think. I don't know. You see that, Grizz? Okay, Grizz can see that. That's on, it's Brandon Polinick there. That's on in the studio as well, because I got to follow along with that stuff. So we got that going on. So there's a lot going on today. And it's 70 degrees. And there's not a cloud in the sky. I got to do something outside later today. It's down to weed whacking or going fishing. I'm either going to do yard work or go fishing. That's a tough decision. That's going to be a tough decision. I'm not sure which I'm going to do. We'll see how that works out. But most importantly, we bring you our annual Final Four-fecta. That's right. Today is the Final Four-fecta. Get on the lines. We're ready to give you a great prize. More on that in a moment. Phone lines are open. Feel free to jump in now. 256-576-4977. Text the show, 7329-TA-SHOW, 732-982-7469. My Twitter feed is at Thom Abraham Show, personally. The station's feed is at 97.7 ESPN. I have an interesting article that I reposted at my Twitter feed you need to check out about the Freddie Freeman deal. I'll get to that in a moment. We're on the Twitch and the Facebook at 97.7 ESPN. You can watch the show there. You can watch on YouTube, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. You can like and subscribe there. Or go to 977ESPN.com and get links to all of that stuff. And get the app. You need the app. You'll get a link to Zone 2, 3, and 4 as well. Get the app. Need that. Coming up in a few minutes, Steve Merrill is back from ProSportsInfo.com with his thoughts on the tournament, how to play these games, the bracket itself, and then we are wide open for you to get into the Final Four-fecta. Here's the deal. And look, we've got a sense of urgency on this as well. I'm taking a hell of a chance. I left the entire second hour of the show open for you people. I got no pipe over here. Voice is falling apart. But I left the whole second hour of the show open, assuming that you want to get in and give us your Final Four. And I am putting up a tremendous prize, an overnight stay at the Guntersville State Park Lodge in a cliffside room, plus a $30 voucher towards dinner at the Pinecrest room up there, which is open Thursday through Sunday. This is a $190 value. $190 value. All I need from you is your Final Four and your national championship. You're a national champion. Just give me your Final Four and your national champion. You nail it, and you win it. It's just like that, but it's only open until noon. It's only open till the end of the show. I'm only keeping this open till the end of the show. So if you want to get in, this is the time to get in on this deal. All right, in other news around the sports world, Freddie Freeman is a Dodger, and it's a worse deal than the one the Braves offered him. Do not be fooled by the national narrative. Do not be fooled. Understand this. The Dodgers gave Freddie the same $27 million a year deal that Atlanta offered, but only they gave it to him for 6 years instead of 5 years. It's a $162 million deal. But listen closely. $162 million in LA is the equivalent of $113 million in Atlanta. And he needs 6 years to get the $162 million. The cost of living in Georgia is 30% lower than in LA. So enjoy that. Freddie wanted to go home. So Braves fan, Freddie wanted to go. So as you wax poetic about him and you want to put him in the Hall of Fame and retire his number, remember, he walked out to go home and to get what he thought. He walked out on a better offer than he. I'll be honest with you. Your Braves gave him a better offer. Better offer. This narrative coming out of L.A. is that the Dodgers showed Freeman the love that the Braves wouldn't. Oh, I got to share that story with you. And speaking of crazy free agent deals, can someone explain to me what the Bills are doing with Von Miller? 6 years, $120 million. The guy is 33 years old. I mean, surely they don't think he's going to be rushing the passer when he's 39 years old. Now, only $51 million of the deal is guaranteed. So that's what he'll get, $51 million. That's what he's going to get. The deal is backloaded. But he gets $45 million this year. $45 mil up front. He's going to play 2 years. He's going to play 2 years. These NFL deals are nuts. 6 years, $120 million. He's never going to get $120 million. He's never going to play 6 years. Julio Jones thinks that deal's jacked up. The Titans have cut loose Julio Jones. Remember, I did not like that deal at the time either. Look, outside of quarterbacks and maybe offensive linemen, this is a young man's league. The league continues to overpay guys that are past their prime. This is a young receivers, running backs, their best years are their first 5 years. And then somebody else overpays for these guys. The Titans paid Julio Jones $11.5 million last year at age 32. $11.5 million. They got 31 catches for 434 yards and 1 touchdown. Let me do the math for you. The Titans paid Julio Jones $370,000 every time he caught the ball. Oh, look, Julio just caught a 6-yard out. $370,000. And 1 touchdown. And now he's been released. It's a young man's league. Over there in a little glass room playing the Platters That Matter and the stacks of wax and answering the phones. Hopefully answering a lot of the phones today. I'm depending on you people. It's Coach Chris.
Who in the blue hell are you? What is your name? It doesn't matter what your name is.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together out of spit and polish.
I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Now, Tom,
Hey, Tom.
Testosterone high today. Testosterone, whatever the it is.
It really doesn't matter what you think. All right? It really doesn't matter what you say.
Any of you play sports?
$370,000, Grizz, per catch for Julio Jones last year.
I kind of just said, I told you so a little bit. Not you, but just like people that I've talked to before about like this whole trade. It's like, yeah, the Falcons got great value out of it, and you weren't going to get a guy that could play an entire season. I mean, I love Julio Jones, but he just hasn't been the Julio Jones. You know what I mean? That what Titans fans were trying to get. You know what I mean?
It's a young man's league. We overpay running backs.
Yeah.
At the back end of their deals, let me tell you something.
Devontae Freeman got paid, and he only had 2 good seasons.
Let me tell you something. If Ezekiel Elliott didn't have a guaranteed deal for this upcoming year, they'd have cut him. They'd have cut him. If Ezekiel Elliott didn't have a guaranteed, they're going to pay him $22 million this year, one way or the other. If he didn't have that deal, they'd cut him. That other
they would have
kid,
kept Amari.
That other kid is as good as he is. In Amari Cooper, we'll see what the Browns get out of Amari Cooper.
Oh, Pollard, yeah.
Yeah, the Pollard kid. He's as good as Ezekiel Elliott in terms of, just pure production. I don't know what the Browns are going to get out of Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper would be nice. They won't get anything more than they get out of Jarvis Landry. He's actually cheaper than Jarvis Landry right now, but I don't think they'll get much out of him. I mean, these guys that make these moves late in their career, I mean, it's absolutely nuts. It's absolutely nuts. All right, in the spirit of our future Fecta Grizz, why don't we just tell the people, just give them our final 4 in our champion. In my case, I have Gonzaga, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Kansas. So this is what you have to do. When you call in, you say, I got Gonzaga, Kentucky, Tennessee, and Kansas. Gonzaga to win it all. That's all you got to say. You just say that. Now, what do you got, Chris?
What was it? Wisconsin, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Gonzaga. And then my winner was Kentucky. Over Wisconsin.
You got Kentucky winning. Can I tell you something?
What's up?
I threw a little bit on Tennessee to win it all. I went looking for a value.
You're going to have Smokey Mike calling in a second, man.
Well,
it's going crazy these last couple days.
I was looking for value pick. You can't Gonzaga's plus 300. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's not enough of a return on a Hyundai. It's too hard to win the tournament. I like to find somebody that is a flyer but not a real stupid long shot.
Yeah.
So about the 7th or 8th long shot on the list is Tennessee. They're plus 1,800. A $100 bill on the Tennessee Volunteers to win the national championship returns $1,800. That's what I call a flyer. And they're not, it's not like...
It'd be nice.
Yeah. It's not like it's impossible.
No, it's not. No. I still think if I had another bracket, I would probably have chosen them over Kentucky.
Yeah, see, this is different than what I told you guys yesterday.
Yeah.
You enter a bracket.
I stayed with the same bracket.
You get one bracket. Enter it in 100 contests if you want, but you get one bracket. But then when you bet, I am betting
the opposite.
Yeah, when you bet, you bet on a.
So I should have bet Wisconsin.
Yeah,
what are
something
Wisconsin's
along
odds?
I don't know what. Let me see. I should see. I'll tell you what Wisconsin was.
Because I think Kentucky's what, 250.
Oh no, a lot more than that.
No,
the favorite is plus 300 Gonzaga.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe I heard it wrong. I just heard it wrong this morning. I'm trying to listen to Beeson.
Yeah. So the favorite, it maybe to get to the Final Four or something like that. But the favorite to win it all, Gonzaga is plus 300. Arkansas or Arizona is plus 600. Kentucky is plus 800. Kansas is plus 900. Duke is 1,400. Aubie is 1,400. Maybe the strategy is take a couple of teams. Tennessee is 1,800. Purdue is 1,800. Nova is 1,800. Maybe that's the strategy. Maybe the strategy would be to take a couple of teams to win it all. Wisconsin is plus 8,000.
Woo.
Plus 8,000. If you put a $10 bill on Wisconsin and they want it all, you make $800 for $10.
That's not bad.
For $10. That is not bad. All right, let me go to the lines.
For a guy like me that doesn't vote or doesn't bet, yeah, I would definitely.
That would be worthy.
I would throw something like
bet.
that. I would throw something like that down.
That would be a worthy bet. All right, the Phillip is recovering. He had a mini stroke. He did. He had a mini stroke, which is just, you know what a mini stroke is? It's like minor surgery. Minor surgery is surgery that somebody else is having. A mini stroke is like, somebody else's stroke. Phillip, welcome in. How are you?
Tom, we got to talk for a second.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I got to get this off my chest. First of all, Vatek will win the national championship. Vatek. Book it. Put your money there. Second of all, I have, and Tom, this is going to be hard, brother. This is going to be hard. It's going to be hard. You are an ESPN guy, right? Like this is an ESPN channel.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question.
Vatek, by the way, plus 15,000. So if you put $100 on Vatek to win the tournament, and they win the tournament, you make $15,000 off of a $100 bet.
That's where my money's going.
Okay.
Vatek's going to win it.
Vatek.
So, again, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I don't relish that. However, yesterday on ESPN,
yeah,
the TV, thing, I learned that 6 college-age golfers,
yeah,
from I think North Texas is where it was,
East
and their
Texas,
coach,
North Texas, yeah, right,
and 2 other people were killed in a crash. And all ESPN wants to talk about, other than that little blurb getting it out there, we're blurbing it. It's all about Aaron Rodgers and whoever that jackass is with the Browns, and it's about are you serious? And I keep seeing these women on ESPN. It's all about the women, the power of women, and
it's Women's History Month. Yes, it is. It is Women's History Month. Yes,
looking dresses look like whores on their ESPN shows.
Yeah,
and we're supposed to respect that. We're supposed to go, oh my God, these women are so smart, they're so intelligent. We need to include them in the sports, in the professional sports arena. Are you kidding me? What? Why is your chair propped up so high that we see your naked knee hanging out below, your skanky skirt that you're wearing, and you're surrounded by a bunch of dudes who are wearing 3-piece suits?
Yeah, that's been brought up in the past that some of these women on ESPN. Remember, Tony Kornheiser got a 2-week suspension when he made a comment about how Hannah Storm dressed. It said that he thought that Hannah Storm dressed inappropriately.
I'm just saying. I love you, Tom. I love you. Like,
well, I don't have anything to do with it.
But this is just the tragedy that happened night before last. I guess is what it was. They're not even talking about it. It's ESPN has turned into a damn soap opera on sports.
Well, I don't know how much time.
Season.
I don't. Yeah,
we don't care about football right now. I don't. don't
but how much
care
time
about
would you?
football. They're not
How much
playing.
time do you think they should? How much time do you think that they should devote to a story like that? You can't just do the whole show on it.
Have.
Yeah.
I mean, people who don't. I watch this crap. I'm addicted to it. I love it. I watch the Get Up show, the Keyshawn show, and it's like a bunch of old women from Andy Griffith talking about gossip. That's not what sports talk used to be. It used to be about what was happening. Nothing's happening right now. Who gives a rip if some jerk doesn't want to get a freaking vaccine shot and can't play? I don't care. Forget him. He's done. Get rid of him. I'm over it. Let's talk about what's happening in sports. Today's NCAA, the tournament's kicking off. Let's get on that. Who gives a rip about a Browns quarterback who's a freaking pansy?
Yeah, but that's what. Yeah, but you got to understand the NFL. That's what moves the needle, man. I mean, it's still that NFL free agency stuff, the baseball free agency stuff. Yes, they spend a lot of time talking about the tournament, but they've got 24 hours a day to fill. Just keep that in mind.
Well, they could fill it with what's actually happening in sports instead of a bunch of prima donna drama crap. If I hear Aaron Rodgers one more time, I swear to God.
Do you want to give me a Final Four here before I get to the break?
Vatek, that's all I'll give you is Vatek. Vatek's going to win it.
Okay.
Vatek.
All right.
That's the winner.
Okay.
Book it, guarantee it. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I stole that line from somebody you know.
Yeah.
I ain't saying, I'm just saying Vatek's going to win it.
All right. Appreciate you. It's a good job by you, Philip. I hope you feel better. Arizona Jay is up next. He might give us an entire Final Four. Arizona Jay, welcome to the show. How are you?
On a positive note, how you guys doing this morning?
I'm
Fantastic.
Okay. I really didn't want to come in negative, to double down on, I guess, the last caller. But I don't know. I hear too many people picking Tennessee over Arizona. It's like, what are you guys smoking? I've heard it like a few times from that radio station over there. You guys smoking shillelaghs over there, man. Arizona's going to win the thing all the way through. I can't give you a Final Four, but, I mean, like I said, this is our year. Once again, well, every year is our year, but come on, man. We're going to win the whole damn thing. And anybody putting money on Virginia Tech to win the whole thing, you need like a power of attorney to take over your finances because you make some bad investments.
So you don't have a Final Four for me? You only just have Arizona's going to win it all?
Man, really, okay, anybody who does all that bracketology stuff, and really people that put their money on the tournament, I used to work for a handicapper in Las Vegas, and look, there's things that you just don't gamble on, if you're smart about gambling and, like, trying to, guess your bracket and all that stuff. I mean, I've never seen anybody pick a perfect bracket, even though I've heard it being done before. But
I don't know if it's been done.
It's just something I don't put my money down on, or I don't even make predictions on it either. I just hope for the best. Like I'm hoping for Arizona to finally bring another one home. We should have like 3 or 4. A lot of people in Tucson are mad at that because we should have more than just one. I mean, we're there every year.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Don't pick Tennessee anymore.
That's my flyer. I got Tennessee.
What?
That's my flyer, man. I got Tennessee. That's my flyer. I can't get the Arizona's not a good enough at plus 800. It's not a good enough or plus whatever they are 400 or 500. It's not a good enough value. I'm looking for a value pick.
Hey, I forget I'm talking to a Northeasterner, and I know you guys got crazy science when it comes to gambling knowledge and what to put your money on. You guys are a whole different breed of gambling. Everybody else in the whole United States, they're just like hoping for the best, and you're not spending on spending money on what they're supposed to spend on. They don't even know the terminology. So
Yeah.
it's I forget who I'm talking to right now.
That's right. Well, we're going to help you out in the next segment with Steve Merrill from ProSportsInfo.com, and he'll give you a little gambling juice.
All right, y'all
All
have a good one. Stay positive for the rest of the day.
Positive. Please. Let's be positive.
For real.
Debbie Downer. That was a tragic story. I mean,
Very much.
saw that story. That's a tragic story. But I don't know how much time they're going to devote to a story like that. That's it's really more of a news story, even in a sports
Plus,
story.
if you kind of watch throughout the day, like for a guy that's watched from like sun up to sunset, it's all the same. Like they always talk about the same topics. I mean, a lot of the same shows are the same topic because they cover the daily topic.
But people don't, right? And people aren't watching 24/7. So you drop in. You got about an hour and a half's worth of news. So you drop in and you're going to catch that stuff. You can watch SportsCenter or you can watch ESPN for about an hour and a half and get everything you need to know. Everything.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they're going to come out with with something. They're probably going to interview a lot of the family. It's going to be sad. They're going to have something.
I bet they don't.
I bet they have like some little thing that they probably will do something.
You know where it'll end up on a 30 for not a 30 for 30 E60 type thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they'll do like one of those type of things.
Yeah. It'll be that deal.
I mean, it's a very very sad situation, but I mean it's like you said, it's just. They kind of just go out through the day, and it's just that's pretty much what they do. So I mean, it's like when you pop in any time of this show when we're talking about it. You might pop in the Debbie Downer part, and you might pop in when Arizona Jace.
When I did a 4-hour show, we were told by consultants that we had to re-rack everything every 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and because people are coming and going. All right, we got to go. When we come back, Steve Merrill, ProSportsInfo.com, right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
Thom Abraham here from my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental on the South Memorial Parkway. Did you know that Valley Equipment Rental is independently owned and operated by local folks right here in the Valley? They are celebrating 10 years into business this year and have grown to be North Alabama's largest supplier of rental skid steers and mini excavators. Now, if you have a question about what tool to use, just call them at 964-6081, and the pros at Valley Equipment will get you into the tool that you need for your specific project. Valley Equipment, more care in every rental.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked the reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
The PGA Tour's Korn Ferry Tour is coming to the Rocket City. Join us at the Ledges for the inaugural Huntsville Championship, April 29th through May 2nd. Experience the beauty and drama of the course firsthand. Witness golf's rising stars chase their PGA Tour dreams. Cheer on the future of golf up close and personal. Tickets are on sale now at HuntsvilleChampionship.com.
Attention Huntsville, this is your very last opportunity to purchase the best lakefront living for North Alabama. Saturday, March 19th on 43,000-acre Pickwick Lake, Alabama Land Sales will be offering the final release of prime lakefront home sites in a gated community with paved private roads, central sewer, underground utilities, and low taxes. Direct waterfront with amazing view. Saturday, March 19th. To take advantage of this final release and learn more by taking a video tour at 888-544-LAKE.com. Then call 888-544-LAKE for an early showing. That's direct lakefront with 153 feet of water frontage, just $49.9. Gated community, convenient to Huntsville on Pickwick Lake. Call or click 888-544-LAKE 888-544-LAKE.com. Then call 888-544-LAKE for an early appointment.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
For over 20 years, Audio Insight has been designing and installing systems that integrate today's technology into homes and businesses all over the Tennessee Valley. At Audio Insight, they don't provide one-size-fits-all system solutions. Instead, they design your system from the ground up based on your valuable input. By working closely with you, Audio Insights can ensure that your system will meet your performance, budget, and aesthetic needs. Visit the showroom at 1229 Putman Drive off Jordan Lane and experience some of their fine products firsthand. Visit audio-insight.com to learn more.
All the press conferences.
It's our mental energy. I would say spend less time complaining about, when I was going to get an opportunity. Just spend more time training and working towards.
Plus, all of the rat poison is served up right here.
It's yummy.
On 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Segment of the Thom Abraham Show and a Throwback Thursday is brought to you by, what, you think we were going to have our TV theme songs? Of course we have our TV theme songs. TOC is the Orthopedic Center. For all your orthopedic needs, no matter what that injury is or where it's from, TOC has a solution for you. They will get you back up and going quicker than anybody else. It's the Orthopedic Center. Check them out. And thank you, too, to TOC for making their ice suite available for us for tomorrow night, where Grizz and I and the Junkyard Babe will entertain Big John and three of his friends down there at a Havoc hockey game. So we are fired up for that as well. All right, joining us now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline from ProSportsInfo.com. Busy time of year for him, certainly, is Steve Merrill. Steve, welcome in. How are you?
Doing well, Tom. Doing well.
So it's St. Paddy's Day, which means people are already taking long lunches and taking the afternoon off. And it's opening day of this tournament. So we get the wall-to-wall basketball coverage, so you mix that in as well. And, oh, by the way, for us seam heads, we're kind of fired up about a triple header of games that'll be on the MLB Network today as spring training gets started. So, for being outside of the football season, this is some pretty exciting stuff that's going on.
Yeah, it's not a bad Thursday, to say the least, and not a surprise that baseball, by the way, had everything reach an agreement right in time for everyone to have a limited spring training. I think both sides were happy with that.
Yeah, and they start on that day in spring training where everybody wears green caps and, different uniforms and things like that. And more importantly for them, they got the season started now a week before, Jackie Robinson Day, which would have been a travesty if they had missed the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color line in baseball. So that would have been really tough as well. Now, I know you do baseball as well as the basketball. How do you start doing all of your work with all the free agent movements that are taking place right now and everything else? How do you start, breaking these teams down, and do you kind of slow play it? Do you pay much attention to spring training?
I really don't. I never really have put too much into it because you have such lineups that aren't going to translate necessarily to the regular season. What I do look at, though, are pitchers, and maybe hitters. Hitters are different because that's just part of a lineup, but a pitcher obviously makes a big difference during a single game because he's out there by himself. And I do think early in the spring you can sometimes find guys, if you read between the lines, are maybe struggling a little bit or look better than expected. So I will be keeping an eye on the pitchers. But like you said, as far as future bets and overall season win total, we have so much uncertainty still with these teams. Freeman just went to the Dodgers this week. That lineup looks potent once again. But yeah, I'll just take a wait-and-see approach, but we'll definitely be ready to roll when the regular season kicks off in April.
All right. In the meantime, this tournament is kicking off here in just about less than an hour as Michigan and Colorado State will get it going. Michigan was one of those teams that a lot of people didn't even think belonged in the tournament, that they shouldn't have got in, that maybe Texas A&M was more deserving than Michigan to get into the tournament. Now that they're there, though, Kind of like them today in this game.
Yeah, these are the type of teams that are actually very dangerous when they make the tournament. And keep in mind, when the season began, Michigan was top 4 in a lot of rankings. I mean, they were basically slated as a 1 seed when the tournament began. So I think there's a lot of upside. And we often see, as you know, Tom, these teams that barely get in make runs. You know, these play-in winners from the first 4 have repeatedly done that year after year. More times than not, they make the next weekend. UCLA, VCU making the Final 4 out of that bracket in the past. And Michigan in that 11 seed as well. And they didn't even have to do the play-in game. Like you said, some people weren't sure they were even in. They weren't even in the first 4. And, you know, the committee catches a lot of slack over the years, but I think in general they actually do a pretty good job. And most teams that people feel like maybe weren't going to get in normally do better than expected. And I think Michigan fits the bill in that one.
You know, this tournament, look, we love college basketball, but this tournament really is so much about the brackets, isn't it? I mean, the fact that it sets up so perfectly, I don't need the 4 playing games. I can have the 64 team, but the 64 team thing sets up so perfectly. But all you got to do is look at the TV ratings. I thought this was fascinating. The highest rated or most viewed regular season college basketball game this year was Mike Krzyzewski's farewell game against UNC, his final game at Cameron Indoor just last week. And it pulled less than 4 million viewers, 3.8, 3.9 million viewers. Yet the tournament and the championship and the Final Four, that always seems to pull 17, 18, 19 million, 4 or 5 times more. Whereas in college football, hell, the Ohio State-Michigan game had 15 million viewers. The national championship had 18 million viewers. So it's like we watch college football all season long, but with basketball, it seems like we gain so many viewers, and it really goes to the appetite of the American public to have a little action, don't you think? I mean, you know, whether you're just going in an office pool or whether you bet in your pool or your bracket, you know, this shows that people want to have a little action.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 biggest betting events of the year nationwide are, of course, Super Bowl Sunday and also the NCAA tournament. And they're also the 2 most recreationally bet, you know, sporting events. You get people that haven't placed a bet all year that'll be doing a Super Bowl squares pool, you know, at a party or whatnot on that Sunday. And obviously we have the bracket, you know, which is probably the most novice, you know, recreational form of gambling. You put $1 in maybe and, you know, you're in a bracket contest, and Flo is from accounting is picking them based on nicknames and uniform colors. But, you know, it's fun, and that's what's great about it. It's all meant to be fun, and you have a little risk for a big reward maybe on that tournament. You bet $1 to maybe win $100. And the difference, though, that the Super Bowl is that it's a one-day event, right? You know, the difference here with the tournament is we got 63 games over the next 3 weeks. Obviously, half of them are the next 2 days. So this is huge for the sports books, but it's also very good for the sports books because as opposed to a one-event liability like a side or total with Cincinnati or L.A. Rams, they've got 63 games to kind of balance the action out. One thing we'll see, just like we do with the Super Bowl, we see a lot of underdog bettors here. You know, normally the public plays favorites, but if you notice over the years, Tom, these 11-6, 12-5 lines have gotten pretty short. I mean, look, South Dakota State tips off in an hour. They're a 13 seed. They're only a 2-point dog against Providence as a 4 seed.
Yeah, that's amazing that it does set up that way. And there are multiple ways to play this. You can put a bracket in, and people will do that, whether it's a money bracket or not. There's a way to do that. And then you've got the games themselves. Obviously, so many games that are going to be played, 63 total games here in the next 3 weeks that'll be played. And you got a day like today where there's so many games that are out there today and tomorrow, first round. And then you can pick the winner. And those 2 things can kind of go together. Like, you know, your bracket might say you got a short, you might have Gonzaga to win the bracket, right? And because they look like the best team that is out there, but they're only plus 300, and it doesn't feel like to win the tournament that plus 300 in a 64 team tournament. It seems like really short odds. You know what I mean? It's hard to win this thing. Plus 300 seems really short. It's almost like you kind of go looking for a little bit of a flyer when you're trying to pick a winner, right?
Well, yeah, with the future odds, I agree. If you're going to play the outright futures, you want to play a long shot, you know, someone that's at least 20-1, maybe even 50-1 or higher. Now, if you're looking at a Gonzaga, and I do think Gonzaga is the team to beat, by the way, and my odds actually make them in the low plus 200 range. You know, when you look at the actual possible matchups, I make it at 28% chance plus 260. So theoretically, if you're getting better than plus 260, and they are 3-1 at most spots, there is actually value with them. But you're better off actually playing a money line parlay. And what that is you just play them straight up to win each game, and you roll that over. So say you start with $100, instead of risking $100 to win $300 on the tournament odds, you roll that over on the money line. Maybe you skip this first 116 game. It's probably not worth the pennies you're going to pick up. But if you roll that over the next 5 games after that, you're going to probably get a better than 3-to-1 return, especially when they start playing some of the big boys, in the Elite Eight, Final Four, and the finals. And the other thing nice about that money line parlay strategy is that you can stop at any time. Say a key player gets hurt or you don't like the matchup anymore, you can lock up your profits. So in general, the future odds have a lot of house advantage built into your bet off just money line parlay and the short teams. The one exception would be if you do like a flyer at like 50 or 70 to 1. There's some teams out there that could get it done. I'll say this, 20 of the last 21 champs have been a top 3 seed, and 32 of the 36 since this format started in 1985 have been a 1 or 2 or 3 seed. So there's really realistically probably only 12 teams out there that can win it. I did think Houston, though, as a 5 seed was drastically underseeded. In fact, if you look at the KenPom and Sagagan ratings, they're a 1/2 seed based on those ratings. So maybe Houston could be that one rare exception that wins it this year as an outside of top 3 seed.
Plus 3,300 right now on Houston. Tennessee is at plus 1,800. Auburn plus 1,400. Auburn a 2. Tennessee a 3. What do you think about those two chances? I jumped on Tennessee and put a flyer in at Tennessee to win because I like that plus 1,800. But it almost doesn't make sense to take 2 or 3 teams like that. And if you're betting $100 or something on each one of them, you might have $200 or $300 invested, and you've got 2 or 3 different options to have a big score.
Yeah, those two, I definitely like Tennessee better than Auburn, and you're getting a better payoff, as you said. I'm always hesitant about these teams that play fast, and the SEC was a very fast conference this year. Auburn, Alabama, a lot of teams. LSU, obviously, a very good defensive team, but Tennessee is a team I was really big on last year, as you remember. I think I used them last season like 11 times as best bets for my clients. We went 8-3. I actually recommended Tennessee as one of my long shots last year in my bracket at 70 to 1. And that's where they were last season. Maybe I was a little bit early. I think this year could be the year. I think they're definitely a Final Four caliber team. And I make their odds of winning at 6%. And that might not sound like much, Tom, but that translates mathematically to about 15 to 1. So at 20 to 1, you're actually getting some value with Tennessee as a long shot. And the other thing I like, too, is that they were very underseeded. They should have been a 2 seed. They were a 3 seed, but they got a fortunate matchup because Longwood did not deserve to be a 14 seed. And the point spread tells us that because Tennessee's an 18-point favorite. So, that's where, once again, you got to be careful looking at the seeding. I think the committee thinks Tennessee's a good team, and they gave them a very favorable matchup even as a 3 seed.
I thought, to be honest with you, I thought if they won the tournament, they'd get a sniff at a 1. I thought for sure they would be a 2 if they won the SEC tournament, but they didn't get a lot of love off of winning the SEC tournament. But you really like the SEC in this tournament, don't you? I mean, outside of Alabama, who you got getting knocked off by Notre Dame, you like the SEC, potentially Kentucky and Tennessee to the Final Four.
Yeah, what I didn't like last night was that game going to double overtime. I did not have any interest in the Rutgers-Notre Dame game last night. I had no opinion on it. But in the bracket, I did recommend taking the winner against Alabama, and there's a couple reasons. First of all, as I said earlier, normally one of these play-in teams makes a run, right? And people that put their brackets in early in the week normally just blindly play the teams that they know are there, which is Alabama, because they don't know who the other winner is going to be. So if you play it like today on Thursday, I think just blindly putting Indiana and Notre Dame to advance, one of them probably does. Unfortunately, that double OT probably does not help Notre Dame's chances, especially if Alabama is able to play up-tempo tomorrow on Friday. But I think Alabama's fast tempo will get them sooner than later. I think the same with Auburn. I like slower half-court teams. Now, one thing I will say about Tennessee, they got a very tough bracket. I like Arizona a lot. I think Arizona's the second or third best team in the country, but there's no value at 6 to 1 because they're in the same bracket with Houston. And then if they get through that half, they've got Tennessee, Michigan, or Villanova. So really, I thought that South bracket was loaded, and that's another problem with playing Tennessee, but that's why you're getting a 20 to 1 payoff.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, tell folks how they can get involved now for the tournament. We are literally a half an hour away from tip-off of the first game. How can they get involved right now if they want to get your picks throughout the tournament?
Yeah, we've got a huge Thursday. I've got 5 best bets, 11 additional games analysis from my clients, all 16 games covered today. But if you'd like to get my complete bracket for free, time is ticking, running out now. I made this offer last week. One more chance. My complete 63-game bracket for free It's a $99 value. You also get 9 first-round upsets and a bonus national title long shot. All of that went out to my clients. Normally it's $99. You get it for free if you mention the show and email me right now, steve@prosportsinfo.com, steve@prosportsinfo.com.
All right, there you go. Steve Merrill's been our guest. Steve, I appreciate you.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, so there you go, Arizona Jay. Steve@prosportsinfo.com. It's like a stockbroker, okay? You mention the show. You get all that free stuff. You play the games. Put $10 on a game. Put whatever it is that you want to put on a game. And then you see how you do. It's like being a stockbroker. All right, we'll get a break in here. We'll come back and set you up for hour number 2. Next, phone lines are open the rest of the show. Can I just tell you that? And I need you guys to bail me out. I mean, I don't know if my pipe's going to last to the end of the show. This thing's getting raw. 256-576-4977 is your number. We have a Final Four fecta for you as well. All we need is your Final Four and your champion. And we got a great prize for you. We'll set you up for that as well right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
TOC Sports has been there for you. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what does that mean? It means for more than 20 years, Alabama's largest orthopedic group has been there providing coverage and care to more schools and student athletes in the Tennessee Valley than any other group. It means whether you are the star football player, the all-region volleyball ace, or someone who hurt their knee in a weekend pickup basketball game, TOC Sports physicians are proud to have the opportunity to care for all your orthopedic needs. It means for parents, coaches, athletes, desk jockeys, or even weekend warriors, TOC Sports physicians continue to meet and exceed the orthopedic and sports medicine needs of our community. But most importantly, during these challenging times, we're here for you now, and will continue to be here. So as long as there are players on the field, games to be played, and contests to be won, the orthopedic specialists from TOC Sports will be ready to help. We don't know what the future holds, but you can count on the TOC Sports team to stay committed to you, so you can stay in the game. Call 256-539-2728 today and ask to see a TOC Sports physician. Check them out online, also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Kerry Rosenblum here with Rosenblum Realty, and we appreciate our MA family. Football season is back again, and we're here for your real estate needs. We've been also doing rental properties for many years. You may have a home that you need to lease out. You don't need the headaches. You need somebody to take care of it, make sure the repairs are done, keep the rent coming in, and screen the tenants. We can do all that for you at Rosenblum Realty, where we do property management services, or you can find a good home to rent as well. Call us at 256-539-9501. Put our years of experience to work for you.
I need tech that leaves my hands free during my work day and my workout.
It's possible at Staples.
I need tech for my home office that makes it easier to work from home.
Also possible, because your local Staples store has the innovative tech and tools you need to take on the future of work, all at great prices. And right now, Apple AirPods Pro are only $199, a savings of $50. Explore what's new right now at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 3/12, limit 2 while supplies last.
Want to try something different for breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Then why not head on over to City Cafe Diner? They have the largest menu in the area with traditional breakfast like pancakes and omelets, comfort foods like burgers and shakes, and specialty items like homemade Greek delicacies. And their entire menu is served any time of day. So make plans to dine with City Cafe Diner today, just west of the Parkway at 2003 Drake Avenue. City Cafe Diner, where no one leaves hungry.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky for your St. Patrick's Day. It does look like it's going to stay dry. Temperatures hanging out in the upper 60s and lower 70s, dropping into the lower 50s as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. A fairly healthy opportunity for some widespread rain through Friday afternoon, maybe even a couple of embedded thunderstorms. None of that activity should be severe. An overcast sky through your Friday afternoon, temperatures hanging out in the mid and upper 60s, dropping into the mid 40s as we head into the overnight. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When we say local, we mean local, not Birmingham.
Loser.
We are the only sports talk station in Huntsville. It's all right here. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You've got a magical glow.
Don't go to bed.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Thom Abraham Show. This is not Thom Abraham. This is Coach Grizz or Chad Gwathney or whatever you want to call me. For some reason, it is a Throwback Thursday. It is a Final Fourfecta. But for some reason, Thom Abraham right now just went away. I think it's on his end. So why don't I finish out this last little bit? Kind of keep his voice nice and ready to go for when he comes back on the next hour. So just got done talking with Steve Merrill, giving you some of the best picks around the NCAA tournament, what the SEC can do in the tournament, what he feels, and how you should go about betting on this tournament. I know if I was a betting guy, which I'm not at all. So if I'm not a betting guy at all, I would just honestly just bet, like you said, I would just bet on like what I just feel like was Wisconsin. Maybe I make some crazy money on Wisconsin or something. I don't know, but I highly doubt it. So there's the bell. Tom should be back here in just a few minutes. We're gonna take a short little break because we're on time. We're on time, everybody. We're on time. So it's gonna go, and it's gonna be about 3 minutes before we get back. Get all your updates and everything like that. Try to get back in the second hour. Please call in 256-576-4977 and give us your picks on the Final Fourfecta right here on the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Two Maids and a Mop. That's all you need to know to clean house. Two Maids and a Mop is an award-winning company, bonded and insured. Hire them for yourself, or they have gift cards if you want to make someone else's day. Find out more online at twomaidshuntsville.com. A maid service worth talking about. Two Maids and a Mop take care of everything. They supply all the cleaning equipment needed. Call 256-883-6243. The only finger you'll need to lift is the one to call them.
Thom Abraham here from my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer here. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is your big game headquarters all fall long. And with our new fall features, every day is game day at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Try our pregame starters, including our homemade onion strings, always fresh hot lips, and our all-new Buffalo Dippin' Chicken appetizer. Our main events include incredible chicken, fish, and shrimp selections, always featuring local Alabama Gulf seafood. And don't forget our Sunday Blitz, 11 to 6. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Hey, Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford back again to talk to you about how easy it is to make a custom factory order. Just click WoodyAndersonFord.com, hit the top banner, then start making your selections. It's really simple, and you'll end up with the exact vehicle you want. Not only is there no extra charge to custom order, but at Woody Anderson Ford, we'll take 5% off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates on the 2022 F-150, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Expedition, and Ranger. Another option for you is a certified pre-owned. We have over 100 Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned models to choose from. Our Ford Gold certified are low mileage, gently used with great warranties. They've passed a 175-point inspection by certified technicians and come with a 24-hour roadside assistance, plus a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Also, don't forget our service department is offering a free pickup and delivery when it's time for your next Ford service. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman. Hope to see you soon.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi, Developing Story. The expectation is that Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson could make a decision in the next day or so where he wants to be traded. He has met this week with the Panthers, Saints, Falcons, and Browns. New Orleans restructured some contracts and now will have almost $30 million in salary cap space, according to ESPN's Field Yates. Watson's scheduled to make $35 million in 2022. He'll be a $40 million cap hit for whichever team he plays for. He is facing 22 civil lawsuits alleging sexual misconduct. Eagles GM Howie Roseman agreed to a 3-year extension. NBA Warriors guard Steph Curry underwent an MRI on the left foot injury he sustained in the loss to the Celtics. No word yet on the MRI results. WNBA All-Star Brittany Griner's detention in Russia for the possession of vape cartridges containing hash oil extended until May 19th, according to the Russian news agency TASS.
Thom Abraham, weekdays from 10 till noon on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
All lines are open. Feel free to jump in. 256-576-4977.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The NCAA tournament starting with round 1 today, looking at future odds for the regional winners. The East featuring top seed Baylor, but it's Kentucky who are the favorites to go to New Orleans at plus 250. Bears at plus 260, while Purdue is plus 500. Midwest, Kansas the top seed, and the Jayhawks are the favorite to come out of that region, plus 200. Auburn is at plus 250. Iowa plus 420. Arizona, the favorite to come out of the South. The Wildcats plus 145. Villanova plus 490. The favorite in the West, Gonzaga minus 150, Duke plus 460, Texas Tech plus 650. For vsin.com, I'm Tony Desiri, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live. Here he is, the big dog.
Let's go, baby!
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Throwback Thursday edition of the Thom Abraham Show. And yes, Tom is not here. Actually having some sort of a power outage or an outage of sorts going on at his house. Yeah, that kind of sucks. But, it is what it is, so we got to keep going, moving forward. We're here soon, pretty soon. We're going to get ready for some March Madness, some tournament action. The first game today, Michigan and Colorado State. You heard today on Talking Ball as Drew DeArmond was just adamant to go for the Rams today, Colorado State over Michigan. We're sitting here picking Tennessee. 576-4977. You can also give us your final four fecta. And, of course, each hour is sponsored in the Thom Abraham Show, which this hour is sponsored by North Alabama Mortgage. Do a great job, Brian Hammaker and everyone over there. Let me get this phone. Come on in, Tom. There you go. There we go. Hey, what's going on?
That was pretty funny.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm listening to you, and you're rattling on and everything, wondering and I'm like, does he have me in queue on the board so he knows if I'm back or not? So I figured I'm texting you and everything, and I'm thinking, well, the only thing I can do is call the show.
It always that would have been the better way to do it too. Like we could have ended this whole situation where I could have started the show anyway.
Yeah.
But you could have just called in anyway and just.
I was trying to call Xfinity to find out why they decided not to. Not
Did
to
you
give
pay
us
your
any
bill.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. I wish it was that easy. If it was that easy, it would be a no-brainer.
Right.
as you know lately, you know
man.
how these internet things go. You know what I mean? You know how that can go. So anyway, I was listening to Grizz resetting everything. It is Throwback Thursday here in the Doghouse as well, and of course that means we've got our classic TV theme music, but we also do have our annual Final Four-fecta for you. Okay, and I got a great prize package that we have set up for you for the Final Four-fecta. So all you need to do, we're open this entire hour of the show. So if you want to jump in right now and give us your Final Four and a champion, that's all I need. Final Four and the champion. 256-576-4977 will get you into the show. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's the deal. I'm putting up an overnight stay at the Guntersville State Lodge, which is a cliffside room plus a $30 voucher towards dinner at the Pinecrest room up there. That's a $190 value. Give me the Final Four and the winner. And we've gotten a number of guys that have come in over the text window. So you can text them in or you can jump in. By the way, if you text yours, like I'm looking at one right now from the 256, Gonzaga, Kentucky, Arizona, Wisconsin, Gonzaga's the champ. Okay? If you text it, you need to sign it. Just sign it for me. Okay? So there was one there from the 205, Tyler. Says Gonzaga, Kentucky, Arizona, Iowa, and Gonzaga is the champ. All right? So, and he said Gonzaga over Arizona, went a little deeper. I'm not even asking you to tell me who the two teams are in the final. I'm just saying, give me your champ. All right? It's that easy if you want to jump on board with us, and we'll get that set up for you. We've got a number of picks that have come in through the text window, but we're ending this thing at the top of the hour. And there's going to be a little bit of overlap there, right, Grizz? Because we're about, 10 minutes away right now? We're about 10 minutes away.
About 8 minutes, yeah.
About 8 minutes away from the first game getting started. And of course, these games are on all of these different channels. And, CBS is the lead dog on this thing, but there's games on True TV, and there's games on TBS, and TNT is where you'll find them. I do find it interesting. Grizz, I don't know what has happened since the mid-'90s. What year were you born?
89.
89. So when you were a little boy in the mid-'90s, this tournament had vastly more viewership than it does now. And I'm not sure exactly what has changed. I'd love to hear from folks at 256-576-4977 what they think has happened there. Last year's final between Baylor and Gonzaga got about 17 million eyes. Sets of eyes. The semifinal between Gonzaga and UCLA got 15 million viewers. Okay? In 2019, right? No tournament, obviously, in 2020. In 2019, Virginia, Texas Tech championship game, 19 million. 2018, Villanova, Michigan. Remember what they did in 2018? They put it was on Turner as opposed to CBS. They've been mixing it back and forth since 2014. Excuse me. They've been mixing this thing back and forth between Turner and CBS. And whenever the tournament is on Turner, it gets 5, 6, 7 million less viewers. Just under 16 million viewers for the Villanova Michigan final on Turner in 2018. In 2017, it's on CBS. It gets 23 million. Now, in just as recently as 2015, Duke and Wisconsin in 2015, 28 million viewers. But if you go back to the mid-'90s. I'm not saying going back to the 60s. I'm saying if you go back to the mid-'90s, UConn and Duke in 99, 26 million. Kentucky and Utah in 98, 26 million. Arizona, Kentucky in 97, 28 million. Kentucky, Syracuse, 26 million. UCLA, Arkansas, 27 million. Ready for this? 1994. Arkansas, 40 minutes of hell under Nolan Richardson. Arkansas, Duke In 1994, 32 million people. North Carolina, Michigan. You got no timeouts left, Chris Weber. North Carolina, Michigan in 1993, 33 million. And Duke, Michigan in 1992, 34 million. 34 million. Last year, 17 million. Double the viewership in the 90s than we get now in the tournament. You got any idea why? Grizz, would you have an opinion on it? I know you were a little kid, but, I mean, what has happened?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, because honestly, the last, I would say, other than like these last few years that I've really been paying attention to the tournament, or just the national championship game, the 2003 Syracuse team. I think I watched all of that tournament as a kid, and probably after that, never really watched college basketball until I got into high school. I mean, I just wasn't big on it, as it's, because like, I guess now it's more televised. You see it more, and
that's what I think it is. That's what I think it is.
There's more games everywhere. Yeah.
Right. I think there's a certain amount of
fatigue. It's a game every night, it seems like.
And there's several games every night.
Yeah.
I think that there is a certain amount of fatigue that is in there now.
Yeah.
I think I think we are so inundated with basketball and to a certain extent with football as well. We are so inundated with it that there's a little bit of fatigue that settles in. And I'll tell you what, now, with the college football playoff and the national championship games and going back, a couple of years ago, Alabama, Ohio State, 18.5 million. That was about the number. 19 million, I think, was the number this past year for Alabama and Georgia. Right in that 19 million range, 18, 19 million range. And that's including the whole megacast. You get it on 16 different channels. That includes the whole megacast. National championship between LSU and Clemson, 25 million. 25 million. Wow. It dropped from 25 million to 18 or 19 million the last 2 years.
Alabama fatigue.
Alabama Clemson?
Yeah.
25 million. That was in the 2018-2019 game. That's a pick, by the way. Pick play. I just want to say that. I was standing there. I was standing on the sideline right in front. It's a pick play. All right? Just want to say that. That was a pick. Alabama, Georgia. Now, Alabama, Georgia in the 2017-18, 28 million. So it's very, very interesting. 25 million for Clemson, Alabama in 2016-17. The game that was played in 2017. In the very first year of the playoff, it was on, I thought it was on ABC. But the very first year of the playoff, Ohio State and Oregon, 34 million. Ohio State, Oregon had 34 million. The Ohio State, Alabama game had 28 million, and the Ohio State, Florida State game had 28 million. Both dwarfing the last 2 years of national championship game. So keep that in mind. Let's go to the lines. And thank God we're doing that. In order of the longest wait, Dale is up first. Dale, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I am well, I'm not. I've been better. My voice. I'm losing my voice.
Did you pay your bill like Grizz said?
No, it's not.
Pay your bill.
My bills are on auto pay. So it's not. I don't know what the hell.
I know it. I just missed. Well, my internet wasn't working at work today, so
yeah,
something's crazy. Hey, I'm gonna need some help. I'm driving down the road. I don't have my bracket. I'm gonna try to give you my final four. It might not work, but I'm gonna say if I can go Auburn, Duke, Villanova, and Gonzaga. Can I do it that way?
Auburn,
Duke,
Auburn, Duke,
Villanova,
Nova,
and Gonzaga.
Yeah, Nova and Gonzaga. Yeah, that's good. That works. Yeah, Nova.
Okay, then that works.
That works. And the Zags. All right. And who's your national champion?
Duke.
Wow. Coach K goes out with a flourish. No, wait a minute. You can't have Duke and Gonzaga. Duke and Gonzaga are in the same. Yeah, Duke and Gonzaga are in the same one.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Gonzaga, and then dang, I don't know. I got my bracket.
You got like Kentucky, Baylor, UCLA. Okay. That's the East.
Okay, I'll go Kentucky.
Okay, Kentucky.
And still have Duke win it.
So the Zags. So Kentucky in place of the Zags. You have Duke taking out the Zags.
Yep.
All right, Dale. We got you in, man.
All right, appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks. It's a good job by you. Joe is up next. Joe, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How you doing?
I am fantastic.
Good deal. Okay, here's what I got. I've got Texas Tech in Kentucky. Then I've got Michigan, USC, and I've got Kentucky winning it all.
Did you say Michigan?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
They're going to shock the world, baby.
Now, look, are you a Michigan guy? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I'm a homer. I'm a homer. Look, I was going to pick them to win it, but I was like, I can't do that. But, I got them going to the Final Four. Call me crazy.
Wow, you're crazy. All right, so, and who'd you have winning it all?
Kentucky.
Okay. All right, Joe, we got you in, Joe.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Michigan to go to distance. What is Michigan? What do you think Michigan? What do you think the return is on Michigan to go the distance, Chris?
What'd you say Wisconsin was?
Wisconsin is 8,000. Yeah, Michigan is
1,600.
1,600. No, 16,000.
Or 16,000. Yeah.
No, 12,500. So $100 bill on Michigan. $100 bill on Michigan will pull $12,500. Why didn't Wolverine Dan do that?
Instead of the Vikings.
Yeah, well, no, at least for this, for the tournament. I mean, get on your Michigan Wolverines, throw a hundy on them. Grumpy is next. Grumpy, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, pretty good. I didn't know you were doing a contest, man. But I've been missing the show a little bit this week. I think that less people are watching, because, some of those stats you called out were from like 93. What is that, 20-some-odd years ago? And the new generation just didn't grow up with the emphasis on, that's, you know what I'm saying. It's just not the deep-seated root in their mind watching the basketball game because there's so many other things to do,
Do you think it might be, though, because there's so much and there's so...
No, I don't think it's...
We get tired of it after a while?
I don't think it's because there's too many games to watch. I think it's just, of those 20 million people you named in 93, I would say 4 million of them died. You know what I mean?
Well, all right.
Dealing with different people.
How about this? Duke, Wisconsin, 2015. Duke, Wisconsin, 2015, 28 million people watch that.
That's global. That's global, right?
Yeah. I mean, these numbers are all the same. Duke, Wisconsin is 28 million. Baylor, Gonzaga last year, 17 million. Virginia Tech in 2019, 19 million. So in just 4 years, it went from 28 million watching Duke, Wisconsin. Is it Duke? Duke, Wisconsin pulled 28 million, and 4 years later, it was down to 19 million for Virginia, Texas Tech.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. That is interesting.
Well, what do you make of the college football playoff being on? I mean, it can't be Alabama fatigue, can it?
Well, I just think there's less emphasis on sports in general. To be honest with you, I mean, there's just so many other things. There's just life has got broader spectrums now. There's a lot more to choose from.
That's interesting.
But in 4 years, those numbers are dramatic. Yeah, I see your point.
How about in 1 year in the college football play last year? Let's go back 2 years. Alabama, Ohio State got 18.5 million. Alabama, Ohio State. We're talking about blue bloods. Alabama, Ohio State got 18.65 million. The year before, in 2020, we're talking 2 years ago, 2020, LSU, Clemson pulled 25 million. While Alabama and Ohio State pulled 18 million the following year. That's a 20% drop. I don't understand it.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Are they still gathering those numbers the same way?
Well, they say Megacast. This is what I wonder. I wonder whether or not they get the streaming in there. You know what I mean? So many people are watching a stream on their computer or on their phone. I don't know if it includes the stream. It includes the TV. It includes, the megacast, how you can watch it on ESPN, ESPN2, and all that crap.
Yeah.
But
because that does sound to me like there's a different way of – there's something structurally wrong with those numbers.
Maybe the way that's reported. Yeah, it's a good question. We'll see. Do you want to give me a Final Four?
Well, yeah, you know what? I think Arizona's going to win it. So put me in for Arizona all the way to winning it. And then can I pick, out of their bracket, how about a Kansas, or would they have met earlier?
No, they would. No, Kansas is in a different bracket. So Kansas is in with Auburn. I have Kansas beating Auburn in the Elite Eight.
And then I think Gonzaga loses early, so I'll take Arkansas.
Ooh, Arkansas, that's a flyer. Okay, and then the other one is the East, which is the one that has Baylor and Kentucky and UCLA and those people. Texas.
I'll go with Kentucky.
All right, we got
you,
man.
Thanks for not making that painful. That was easy. Thanks for your time, man. Later.
All right, man. Appreciate you. So he's got Zona, Kentucky, Arkansas, Kansas. Now, Grizz, didn't you have – how far do you have UNC? Didn't you have a UNC run?
Lead 8.
Oh, Lead 8?
Yeah. I got Gonzaga, Kentucky, Tennessee, Wisconsin.
All right. Josh is next. Josh, welcome to the show. How are you?
Great. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
I'm kind of on board with Grumpy. I think there's so much else going on. I think this really affects numbers, and maybe the other things is like you guys were talking about, ties to how it's being reported as well. But really shocking numbers, isn't it?
It is shocking numbers. I mean, the audience is half what the audience was 20 years ago, so that's shocking. But it is also down 25-30% of what it was in 2015 for March Madness, or at least for the final. So that's kind of a stunning deal. But the football number dropping significantly is very interesting as well.
Now I'm diehard Alabama football fan, but I think that Alabama-Ohio State number is absolutely fatigued because it's Alabama and Ohio State. Like, I understand how, I'm not sick and tired of it, but but I could see how a lot of people would be.
Yeah, Alabama, Georgia. To me, my God, they were clearly the two best teams in the country. You get Georgia and Alabama together, and it gets a 25% lower number than LSU and Clemson got. The LSU Clemson thing, and that was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, and I think the LSU factor carried that. I mean, they had such an incredible season because, got to be some Clemson fatigue too, but I think those numbers have a big reflection on it being LSU.
Well, that was also Trevor Lawrence and Joe Burrow, right? So, I mean, you had two real superstar. Of course, last year you got the Heisman Trophy winner. So, going against, the paper boy.
Right.
You got beat.
All right, I'll give you my picks now.
All right, go ahead. What do you got?
All right, I've got Gonzaga and Kentucky, Tennessee, and the other one was a little bit hard for me, but I think I'm going to go with now I'm maybe changing my mind. Let's go Kansas.
Okay, who wins it all?
I think Gonzaga wins it all this time.
All right, Josh, we got you in.
Oh, great. Thanks, guys.
All right, man, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I have Kansas taking Auburn out in the Elite Eight. I do have Tennessee to the Final Four. In my bracket, I have Gonzaga winning it. But I put money on Tennessee to win it because it's a bigger return. I wanted a long shot there.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, the Zags is plus 300. And that's not enough of odds for me. Now, once the tournament gets going, those things change. I may even do something different. I don't know. We'll see. All right, Ray from Madison, you stay right there. You guys, thank you very much, by the way, for picking up my slack. All right, thank you, because my pipe is going, man. I mean, I'm literally just seeing a shot. I don't know if I can do it. Grizz, I don't know if I'll be able to do the show tomorrow. This pipe is going.
Could be bad.
Could be bad. We'll see. We'll keep the phone lines going. Keep getting your picks in. 256-576-4977. And a blow has been struck in the name of tradition. I'll explain next on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
Auburn and Jacksonville State kicking off the NCAA tournament on Friday. The Tigers favored by 16.5 points. The over-under is set at 138 on the money line. Auburn minus 2,000, Jacksonville State plus 190. UAB facing Houston on Friday. The Blazers an 8-point underdog, over-under 135.5. On the money line, UAB at plus 315, Houston at 410. Alabama, they'll be taking on Notre Dame. The Crimson Tide, a 4-point favorite, minus 190. The Irish plus 165, over under 152. For vsin.com, I'm Tony Desiri, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
March means basketball, and nothing goes better with basketball than a little badness from Bad Daddy's Burgers. Pair one with one of their signature cocktails or assortment of local craft brews. Bad Daddy's is the place for chef-inspired burgers, giant chopped salads, and craft beer. Enjoy the madness with some badness at Bad Daddy's Burger Bar, 2317 Memorial Parkway. Check out our menu and even order online at baddaddysburgerbar.com.
And now a small business setback, set to smooth jazz.
It's late. You're driving in the rain with only one thing on your mind. The deer about to total your HVAC van. But with Progressive's 30-plus customizable coverage options, you're covered. The rest is just saxophone.
When running your small business gets rough, Progressive Commercial is there to smooth it out. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Twinkly sound.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
If you're ready to lower your utility bills, it's time to call Eagle Insulation. Eagle can handle it all. Attic re-insulation, insulation removal, wall insulation, and new construction insulation, commercial and residential. Our primary goal is to save you money, and lots of it. Typical clients realize their return on investment within 3 to 6 months. That means the re-insulation actually pays for itself and then some. See if we can help you. Contact Eagle Insulation today, 256-755-1556, or log on insulatewitheagle.com.
Outdoor season is coming. Can't wait.
Here at Brooks & Collier, neither can we. Outdoor season is also grilling season.
And we have plenty of grills and smokers in stock from Traeger, Blaze, and Big Green Egg.
There's the greenhouse, new indoor items and home furnishings as well.
Whatever it takes. Browse over 2 acres of furnishings. Can't wait.
How about you? North Alabama's indoor and outdoor living headquarters for over 75 years.
813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
The PGA Tour's Korn Ferry Tour is coming to the Rocket City. Join us at the Ledges for the inaugural Huntsville Championship, April 29th through May 2nd. Experience the beauty and drama of the course firsthand. Witness golf's rising stars chase their PGA Tour dreams. Cheer on the future of golf up close and personal. Tickets are on sale now at HuntsvilleChampionship.com.
Thom Abraham here for my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental. Coming in April, Valley will have a second location opening up on the North Parkway between Winchester Road and Bob Wade. They'll be offering bigger contractor-only type equipment, including 10K reach forklifts, 300 series track hose, and larger rollers and dozers, along with other equipment. Valley Equipment's 2 locations will better serve the region and allow them to grow their fleet. Valley Equipment Rental, locally owned for 10 years, where they put more care in every rental.
Hello listeners, I want to tell you a little bit about Minuteman Press and what we have to offer our community. We specialize in paper printing and can help from designing your piece to the finished product. We print media guides for many of the athletic departments at high schools and universities around the area. We typically purchase sponsorships from these schools as well to try and help them with their fundraising. Once we have reached our new normal, we also print all types of marketing materials for you to hand out either in person, via mail, or at various trade shows and events. At Minuteman Press, we're not just putting ink on paper, we're building relationships.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky for your St. Patrick's Day. It does look like it's going to stay dry. Temperatures hanging out in the upper 60s and lower 70s, dropping into the lower 50s as we head into the overnight, early into your Friday morning. A fairly healthy opportunity for some widespread rain through Friday afternoon, maybe even a couple of embedded thunderstorms. None of that activity should be severe. An overcast sky through your Friday afternoon. Temperatures hanging out in the mid and upper 60s, dropping into the mid 40s as we head into the overnight. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
So who is Wes Neighbors?
He's going to put an ass whipping meter on next year.
Does Wes know?
1 or 2 or 3 cans of whip ass.
We can all figure it out. Weekday afternoons, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Chris started to tell you about North Alabama Mortgage. Brian Hammaker and his crew, they do such a great job down there. They're going to make sure that they get you into the right product for your mortgage, whether it is a refi or if you're buying new. They've got it for you. If you go to NorthAlabamaMortgage.com, you can learn more about the conventional VA, FHA, and USDA loans that they do down there. Also, if you want to cash out, doing a refinance, got a home renovation. That's what we did. I refinanced with North Alabama Mortgage. It was a dream. His team is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And by the way, I did it after he became a sponsor. I didn't do it before he became a sponsor, and then he became a sponsor. I did it after he became a sponsor. I was so impressed with them. When I met with them to talk about what they do at North Alabama Mortgage, when I met with them, afterwards, I said to my wife, I said, look, we can refinance and get this kitchen done exactly the way we want it. And that's exactly what I did. Jason Christie, Grizz. Grizz, I want you to just take a moment.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, throw it on your phone. FS1 streaming, the Bassmaster Elite Series. They're at Santee Cooper in South Carolina, and he is fishing a frog in the trees, and it is fascinating to watch. Cypress trees, moss-covered cypress trees, and he is like his boat. He's way up in the trees fishing. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it now.
It's so cool. Just caught a 4-pounder. Look at that. They're showing that they're doing. Oh God.
I think that I'm always like nervous that snakes can fall out of the tree or something.
Those trees, no, I don't think so much. Those are kind of like
it's probably too cold too right now.
Cypress tree. Yeah, it's not too bad over there. Not too bad over there. All right, phone lines are open. If you want to get in on our Final Four Fecta, this is the time to do it. A bunch of guys got in the last segment. I kind of need you to pick me up here. All right, I need you to pick me up here, so I want to get you guys in, and we're going to go to the lines. We got 1 or 2 open for you right now if you want to jump in. 256-5764-97.7. But I teased a return. Strike a blow for tradition, Grizz. Thank God the Rocket City Trash Pandas now play in the Southern League.
All right.
Thank God. Founded in 1885. Remember when we were calling it Double-A South last year?
Yeah, I got a buddy that he's the same way, man. He absolutely hated the name.
The International League name is back in AAA. The Pacific Coast League name is back, where the Nashville Sounds play. The Eastern League, the Southern League, the Texas League. Those are your 3 AA leagues. Your 2 AAA leagues, the International League and the Pacific Coast League. Your A leagues are the Midwest League, the Northwest League, the South Atlantic League, the Carolina League, the California League, the Florida State League. Thank God. Thank God we've got our names back. All right. That's something I talked about a lot with Josh Carey, isn't it? Like, what are we going to call this thing? And I just said, I'm going to start calling it the Southern League.
Just call it the Southern League. It was fine. They even gave us a nice little logo to use and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trash Pandas.
The nice little logo is the actual logo of the Southern League.
Yeah, the Southern League.
For years.
Yeah, of the
Same
Southern
logo.
League. Yeah.
The only league that changed its logo is the Pacific Coast League. By the way, 10:39 to go, first half. Michigan and Colorado State are underway. Colorado State leads by 5, 16-11. They're a 6 seed. Michigan's the 11 seed. A lot of people picking Michigan to at least win this game. And right now they're trailing. All right, we go to the lines. Now, is this Ray from Madison the same Ray that is Ray? Okay, because it could be Ray Dog. I don't know. Ray is in Madison. Ray, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic.
Yeah, this is Ray from Madison. I just had a couple of comments and a quick question. You talk about the fatigue and just how many basketball games there are in a season.
Yeah.
Whenever they talk about college football expansion, that's the first thing that comes to my mind because the games, the regular season basketball game, there's so many games. It seems like there's a million of them, and I guess that's great for the fan that's the diehard basketball college fan, but I've always wondered about the dynamic of playoff expansion versus the thing in college football where every game counts, or it seems to count.
Right.
So anyway, do you guys know if that even factors into the decision-making at all when these people, whoever has the say-so, make the decisions for playoff expansion? I know their probably bottom line is probably money, but it just seems to me that somebody out there would have enough sense to try and keep the thing about college football where every weekend it's exciting because every game does count. I know they play these cupcake games so the smaller schools can get the money, which is a great thing, but I don't know how they can expand without at least cutting the season back, the regular season back a little bit, or doing something different. And it's not that I'm against expansion, but when you guys bring up the viewership